Welcome back to Living Local. Whether it's an old G.I. Joe toy, a Coach purse, or some depression glass, chances are you have some old stuff you're hanging on to. But how do you know if what you have is truly vintage or a reproduction?
And if there's anyone who knows your item is worth any money, it's Jennifer from Doodads, which is also this segment's sponsor. She's going to tell us how to spot some items that are real and that are fake. I'm excited.
Oh, very excited. Now here we are again. We got our lineup again. Yes. So it can definitely be tricky to know what's authentic. And I practiced the word authenticity many times before I came on stage. I'm just kidding. So it can be tricky, because there are many things that are being replicated or reproduced right now. And in this world of social media, we're hearing a lot about dupes. That I know I know we all are very well versed in what's going on out there in the world, but we hear a lot about dupes too. So it's important to know what terminology, we're even talking about replications and reproductions. So normally a reproduction is going to be almost an exact copy, but not quite. So something might be a little bit off.
Okay.
Definitely, it's always a good idea to do research if you're really going to invest in something.
For sure. Okay. So one of the items that you brought with you today, Barbies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how do we know if
how do we know?
If this is a knockoff or if
Sure.
it's vintage?
Barbie's all the rage now. So that's so also something to consider as people want this nostalgia. That's when your clues are what's going to start to get those reproductions and reproductions. Some good indicators with toys and vintage games and things like that. Look at the packaging. Look for a little bit of wear, that kind of thing. You can look for things like, is there a zip code? Is there a barcode? Those are some good clues of dates and if it's authentic. On some metal toys, you even have manufacturers' names, and a good thing to do is do some research. Did this company make this item? Even, that type of thing. Usually you can see that we've got things like made in Japan. You can see the construction and the paint is in good condition as well. And so those are some great indicators of this is an old thing. You always want to look for identifying marks. That's a good start for sure.
And a lot of manufacturers are making those reproductions.
They really
so it's kind of like, is it good to look at a year? Because I noticed this one had a year on it as
yes,
well.
with dolls now that can be a little bit tricky because they have some molds. But again, something to really look at when you talk about reproductions. Look at size, look at scale. Sometimes those reproductions are going to be just a little bit different, a little bit varied.
Yep. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
so another item you brought with you that's very popular and a lot of people collect is the glassware. And so this is this called depression glass?
This is depression glass. This is very, very popular right now. This is uranium glass. So it's that Vaseline glass, that glowy stuff. Don't know if we can get it to do it on camera a little bit. Now, when you are looking for old glass, you can look for things like these. They call them, they're really called Potnick marks. They're like straw marks. And a great thing to look for, again, are those manufacturers. You can almost see there's a little embossed thing there. So you want to look for markings. Definitely always look for unusual pieces, that kind of thing. It's going to be, again, scaled down. Did this company, there again, you can see that little sign. Did this company make this piece at that time? Those are always good things to research, especially if you're going to start a collection of something maybe a little bit more higher end.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get to the flamingos because this looks like a set to me.
Looks like a set. Okay,
but it's not.
One of these things is different than the other. So what's interesting about even decor, modern day decor, a lot of it is leaning towards that nostalgic feel. So which one of these could you tell at all is the older one?
I'm going to go with this one because it's just a little bit different.
Okay, Tristan, venture a guess.
I was going to go with this guy because it has just a little bit of a fade to it.
Tristan, I don't know. Ding, ding, ding. He's the winner. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the bottom. So again, you can see this one's a little bit brighter. Look at this one. I guess we could say it's retro. I hate to say it. It is 1985. But you can see it's got that new tag.
We're retro.
And then this one, of course, has more of the older tags, made in Japan. You can also look for things like barcodes on things. Again, this one's in great shape. That kind of stuff. When you are going out to research, bring something like a magnifying glass along. That'll help you look for those identifying marks.
I didn't think about that.
And they literally reproduce almost everything right now, from cards to linens to textiles to purses to all kinds of things.
Okay, let's talk about
purses,
that.
Because knockoff purses, I have a few of my own, but we need it. And I'm always afraid that, well, sometimes they go with my outfit. But let's talk about how you can kind of identify, what might be a knockoff, what might be real.
Absolutely. Again, a lot of it is just feel and visual. So often, the real deal is going to have maybe a more luxe feel. It's going to be higher quality.
Yeah.
It might have some more weight to it. We talk about purses, things like Rolex watches. We get a lot of those that are, that type of thing.
Sure.
So you can also go on, do that research. You can look at labels, stitching, all kinds of things to see whether or not that Gucci is really, or whether it's Gucci or whether they got you. Yes, Gucci or they got you. There you go.
I love that. I love that.
I do
and
love
and
that
you
too.
have a couple of state sales, and they can find those on Facebook.
They can find them on
Perfect.
Facebook.
Okay.
We're on the Iowa
that.
side this week.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well,
All right.
Jennifer, as always, we learn so much when you're
we
here.
do.
Thank you.
We
Thank
love
you.
it.
Thanks for having me. Thanks.
All right, again, this segment was sponsored by Doodads, and for more information about their upcoming sales, check out Doodads Estate Sales on Facebook.
And we'll have all those details posted at ourquadcities.com.